Professor Mlungisi Ngubane, a former great footballer, he has commented on the issue between Kaizer Chiefs and PSL about COVID-19. And he has this to say: it is not an easy decision for Ivan Kaizer. Now, interestingly, he also said, but now, how do you fight COVID-19 knowing that it is there? So, what an interesting school of thought, and what an interesting deliberation on the matter to say. Dr. Ivan Kaizer, just like I said in one of my videos, that this is one of the serious decision he has ever found himself in. It's a very tricky situation. You cannot fight COVID-19 if COVID-19 is a matter that is being attended to by the government, and the government has prescribed some health measures in containing the spread of the corona or of the virus. So how do you therefore impose any policies that seems to jeopardize the process that is prescribed by the government? So that's the dilemma which Ivan Kaizer finds himself in. Ivan Kaizer, together with his management team. Now this is gonna be a little bit of interesting, because in one of the videos I said to you, it is very difficult for Kaizer Chiefs to lose this case. It's almost next to impossible for them to lose this case if they have enough evidence to prove that indeed people were affected. 31 members of Kaizer Chiefs staff and players were affected by COVID-19, and then the law says again, if I was, or if you as a person who's infected by COVID-19, and if you and I stays together or move together often, and you happens to be infected during the time when we were together, then I am obliged to quarantine as well. And then obviously they will keep monitoring the situation. So and then that's what happened with Atazwan at Kaizer Chiefs. He had to be quarantined. So in principle, then this is what you need to understand. So Kaizer Chiefs then can argue then and say, obviously the Kaizer Chiefs is a football team. Therefore, if you want to find some individuals within the team who are infected, that means that a lot of people in that particular team have to quarantine. So that's the school of thought, and that's the reasoning. So, and then the key question that we have to ask is that a Kaizer Chiefs thing, or it is prescribed by the government? Then you find that no, it's not just a Kaizer Chiefs thing, but it is something that is prescribed by the government. And I also said in one of the videos that FIFA wrote to all football federation and said, please comply with the COVID-19 regulation under the country in which you reside in. So the PSL resides in South Africa. Therefore, the South African Department of Health prescribed the things that I've just told you, that the person must quarantine and all the stuff. So if you're looking at that, and you're looking at the fact that, okay, Kaizer Chiefs, let's say then, because so far we are told, yes, we sometimes maybe we are not entitled to the evidence. We are told that there was a COVID case and that's it. So if there were not even a COVID case, there was some COVID case. So if we are taking all of those facts, even if PSL, they just decide to do that judgment which would have been constitutionally wrong, one way or the other, Kaizer Chiefs will win that case. There's no debate about that. If they don't win it directly to the PSL, they will win it to either to the Sport Arbitration Court or the Johannesburg Court, because I think that they will go to the Johannesburg High Court. They will win it there, but one way or the other, I'm not necessarily interested to see whether the PSL will decide to rule in favor of Kaizer Chiefs. And people shouldn't be afraid or shouldn't be scared by the fact that the PSL has charged Kaizer Chiefs and they are called into disciplinary action or disciplinary hearing that are to take place on the 21st of January around 4 o'clock. It's a process that if you are to charge somebody, that person must be called into hearing, whether it is a football team or it's just a company, whether you are a security guard. A company cannot fire you or cannot charge you except there be a hearing. So you shouldn't be afraid of hearing and thinking that Kaizer Chiefs have already automatically lose 6.0. This badly is no way to end as far as the law is concerned, as far as the South African Constitution is concerned and Kaizer Chiefs is concerned. This war is no way to end. Kaizer Chiefs are looking for a victory, and they are guaranteed. And I can tell you now that Kaizer Chiefs will get that victory. So the question is that how do you fight COVID-19 knowing that it is there? That's a simple question that Mr. Professor Ngobane asked Dr. Ivan Kaizer and the team of kickoff.com. How do you fight COVID-19 knowing that it is there?